Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Hi, you have a question on a power supply?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a power supply with battery backup for some Maglock that they're adding to a project, and it's got some specific requirements for like the amperage inputs that I can't seem to. I guess without having to go through every single manufacturer and look at every single one. If there's a way you guys can search on your end, maybe.
Well, a Maglock is going to be 300 milliamp, something like that. I'm just guessing. But the question becomes is how many hours do you need to go on standby?
I mean, I guess they don't have that specifically. They're just worried in the case of, like a power outage that they can still have a secure building. So, I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. The problem with a Maglock, because they're fail-safe, power cuts, they're unlocked, you can certainly toss batteries into it. But let's say you got a 3-day weekend. The amount of batteries you would need would be, you'd think you're looking at an electric car. Because you need to wire them, connect all the batteries together so that you have a constant voltage that you're supplying, but you increase your amp hours. So if this was like a 2-hour situation or a 4-hour situation, that's reasonable because you can fit them in the power supply. But if you're like, this needs to go for 12 hours or 24 hours.
No, I think that'd be the intent is under a typical outage scenario where it's only a few hours and it's up and running, or I don't know if they have generator power or not, but it would just be secure for that. Because the scenario we have is it's existing hardware that's just mechanically locking, so they want to basically dog that and leave it unlocked and use the Maglock to provide access control. But in the event, there was a long outage or something, that's probably something to where the building's secure long enough that they could go in and mechanically lock these doors if they expect it to be a multiple day thing.
It sounds like it's really never unmanned anyway. When the building is after hours, you're probably mechanically securing the door.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have it set up that way, but I guess, that'd probably be a further conversation. I guess this is kind of the way they intended to. These are kind of like they designed the building to have future Maglocks, and we're now to the future stage where they want to add them. So it's, I think for most 99% of the time, they're going to have power, and I believe they have a backup generator that would kick in too. So they just don't want to lose any security.
Yeah, this is all super easy. Every power supply you're going to bump into is going to have a couple of batteries. I'd be looking at 4 amp hours, and it's just. It's the power supply is going to come with an option board generally that you're going to take your 1 or 2 batteries, you're going to connect them together so that the voltage remains constant, but the amp hours are added. If each battery is 2 amp hours, you've got 24 volts constant. So like think of the batteries in your remote, those all are in series. But what you're doing in series is each of your your AA's are 1.5 volts, but that thing's probably running on, 6 volts. So, but when you put them in parallel, voltage stays the same, but then you increase amp hours. The amp hours add up. Yeah, exactly. So this is easy stuff. I mean, pick a power supply company you like. They'll have the option board for battery backup. You get a couple of batteries to make sure it hits your theoretical amp hours. 4 amp hours, will it hold for 4? Probably not. But it's rated for that. It might go longer, but it depends on the environmental conditions and the actual draw of the mag. I would wholly recommend that you look at power supplies from the manufacturer of the Maglock, because sometimes you have a problem of the Maglock manufacturer saying, wait a minute, there's a warranty claim? Well, whose power supply did you use? No, you don't get a warranty on that. You use somebody else's power supply. So I would make it all a homogeneous system.
Okay, so that may be where I think we're trying to get some stuff that we know is readily available from one of our vendors. They don't really have a power supply with a battery backup, but I guess at the same time you're saying we could probably just add the batteries to it.
Well, you certainly can. I mean, whose Maglock are you using?
Just a C.R. Lawrence, something off the shelf that they have.
So
they don't quite have the catalog that everybody else does.
Yeah, they're certainly, it may be a stretch if they even had a proper power supply, in sense of it not being a transformer. I would.
I mean, we can go to, I guess, whoever. Yeah, that for.
Yeah, I would steer away from CR in this one instance. If you like, I can send you over a couple of cut sheets. It's material that are generally sitting on the shelf. What if you'd like? Otherwise you're going to have to go to someone else that that will give you all the features that you need.
Yeah, I guess they're just pushing to try and get this to happen as quickly as possible. So if you had some ideas of something that would be able to ship out relatively quickly, and we're not waiting 4 or 5 weeks for it.
This is like French fries at a hot dog stand. I could ship maglocks and power supply battery backup equipped now, tomorrow at the latest.
Oh, okay.
What's your email? I'll send you over a cut sheet.
Yeah, it's T. Kinsey. That's T.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.